My girlfriend, 24 female, reminded me, 28 male, to pay her back $10 after I forgot my wallet. I've paid for almost everything for 4 years, and it left me feeling weird. I, male 28, have been with my girlfriend, female 24, for 4 years. We're serious, planning to get married. Throughout the relationship, I've paid for nearly everything. Dates, trips, food, gifts, you name it. I'd say easily 99% of all expenses were covered by me. She never really offered to split or pay, and I never asked her to. I was working full-time and doing well financially, so I didn't mind. Recently, though, I quit my job because I was mentally exhausted. I've been going through a bit of a burnout and needed a break. She, on the other hand, is currently working full-time and doing fine financially. The other day, we went out and she wanted a bubble tea. I forgot my wallet and my phone was dead, so I asked her to pay for it. It was like $10. She paid, drank it, and I dropped her off at her apartment. Okay, just noting here, this is something she wanted, she consumed. Feel like that's important.
That's the double take. Because you're like, wait.
The $10 is for something she wanted.
She wanted a tea.
But she just assumed that he was going to pay for it because he always pays for it. But she had to pay for her own drink and was like, I feel like this relationship is out of balance by about $10. Okay. The next morning, she reminded me to send her the money. I don't want to press buttons and fuck something up, so just wave this guy around. I had completely forgotten, so I sent it right away. But it left a weird feeling. I've spent thousands on her over the years, never asked for a dime back, and now that I'm out of a job, she's doing well, she couldn't let a $10 bubble tea slide? It's not about the money, it's about what it says. I can't tell if I'm overthinking this or if it's a red flag. I've always treated the relationship as a partnership, and this just felt transactional. Am I being too sensitive, or is it worth paying attention to? There's an update. Before we get into that, let's talk about some thoughts. What do you all think?
100% worth paying attention to. It's so f***ing weird to me. I can't imagine sending the request for it's $10. And she's like, I had to spend my own money on a drink that I wanted, so yeah, I'm going to need you to reimburse me for that. Like, what the f***? It's your drink.
I have a question. If he hadn't quit his job to take a mental exhaustion break, do you think she still would have asked for it back?
I don't know. I mean, he said he'd paid for 99% of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would 100% think she'd ask for it.
But here's my angle. I feel like
feels entitled.
She does feel entitled, but because he's not working right now, he's not gaining value in her mind. So it's almost like it's less about the $10 and it's more about her making sure that even though he's not working, she's still training him to pay for everything. And maybe there's a concern on her part that's like, oh my God, is he going to stop paying for things because he's not working now? Like, I can't let that slide at all. And made sure that she ticked the box on this one to not let anything slide because he's not working. I think it has a lot more to do with him not working than maybe he thinks right now.
I think there's a reason this guy is very burnt out. And I don't think...
You don't think it's his job?
I don't think it has to do solely with his job. I think that's probably part of it, but I think he's a little burnt out from having to show up in every way in a relationship and not feeling the reciprocation of that. Because if I expected you to show up 24/7 and I never showed up for you in return, like, you would feel that. You would feel the imbalance, and it would weigh on your heart. It would weigh on your soul. So I feel like if you're not getting that in a relationship, that's also leading to like needing a mental health break, having burnout in your life. I think that contributes to it. I don't think it's just the job. So
he's going to go back to his job in a few months and be like, hey, turns out it wasn't the job at all.
Turns out it was the baggage I was carrying from I think this is the request for $10 the next morning. Like, that is not something I would let slide. And I sure as hell wouldn't have sent the $10 back to this woman.
Yep. Here is the update. Thanks to everyone who commented. I've been reading everything and it really helped me step back and see things clearly. When we started dating, we were both students. I was finishing engineering and already had a job lined up. I also worked as a TA, so I was doing fine financially. She was still a student, so I paid because she was broke. I never asked her to pay and she never offered. Still never offered to split anything, not even the small stuff. I tried bringing up equality and shared effort, but she always shut it down with comments like, you're the man, you should take care of me. Or, what? We can't have two women in the relationship.
Oh, bitch. No. Nope.
It's a lot more misogynistic females in the world than I would have guessed. What really got to me is that when I stopped proposing dates or doing everything, she started saying I wasn't making enough effort. Meanwhile, I've been carrying this for 4 years. That bubble tea wasn't about the $10. It was about realizing how little support I was getting back. And there we are.
Hot damn. I hadn't read the update. I was happy with the first part. So that's get the f out, dude. Get the f out. That we can't have two women in the relationship. Like, what? Way to shit on women and shit on your boyfriend at the same time.
Way to go. She's saying you're supposed to take care of me.
Bitch.
Which, okay, if that is her frame of mind, if that's her worldview, that you're the man, you're supposed to take care of me, how long before she wants to quit her job and you support the lifestyle that she's really wanting? And I think that's coming.
Oh my gosh.
That's coming.
Is this the princess girl? Is this the TikTok princess girl? Please tell me someone has seen that video.
I have not.
She said when you go into restaurants, you don't look at the hostess because your man does everything for you.
Oh.
You don't even look at them. If they try to speak to you, your man has to step in, and it's the princess treatment. Yeah.
So she wants her
And it's not about being better than them. It's about letting your man.
So she wants to act like she's famous and everywhere, like her man works as like her security detail or her handler and like clears the path for her and throws flowers everywhere she walks to make sure that her dress train is like not catching on anything.
I need Dusty to see the princess treatment video. I need him to blind react.
Somebody
to it.
surely has reposted and it's still
there's
there's
thousands of stitches to it. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
It's
how big of a production should he make the ending of this relationship? I'd be pulling out bank statements and a highlighter for the past 4 years, and I'd get an old school calculator out there, and we'd have a good old family meeting and sit there and tally up how much you have paid for.
Another Friends reference, but do you remember when Chandler tallies up for Joey, and he's like, "So you fell asleep? No big deal." That's how I imagine this going. Oh, here, I'll Venmo you that $10 for that bubble tea. It's coming right back to you.
Yeah.
She's
after we'll apply it as a credit toward the $96,473.27 that I have spent on you that you actually owe me.
I think after 4 years together, I think you should definitely be doing things for each other and 100% paying for your own drinks and not expecting your boyfriend to pay for everything. I think that's entitled.